here. It's Holly here from Your Past is a Gift. I've changed it back to over there now. I've got to remember you're there. Okay, so in this video, starting off today, I wanted to show you and share with you some of my photos growing up, because I have gone through a few videos where I've talked about the fact that I should have been bullied through school, okay, because of how I looked, because of, you know, certain things that happened to me. Say, for example, when I was 10, I started wearing glasses and I had to wear them all the time. And then in high school, early in high school, I started wearing braces. So there were many things that I looked different to other children. Not only that, but going through school, I was one of the few kids going through school that was not fair hair, that wasn't blonde and blue-eyed like all the other Aussie kids. You know, I was one of the first generations to arrive at my school of immigrants, and so I was dark hair, dark eyes, you know, coming from a loud family. So all of these things that really stood out and should have made me a target, you know, for other people to pick on because I looked so different. But, you know, as I've said in previous videos, the reason that I didn't get picked on, that I didn't get bullied, was that my focus was not on that. All through school, my focus was on learning, how much I could learn from the teachers, from books, about the world. I just wanted to know how things worked. I wanted to know about the world. I wanted answers to all the questions. And I had so many questions because I didn't know anything starting school. So my focus was always on that, on the grown-ups around me that could teach me things, on the books that I could learn things from. My focus was always there. What could I learn today? What new things could I learn? My mind was always focused on that. I can't remember a day that it wasn't going through school. Oh, there will be a time, and I'll go through it in the next video because it's something I've kind of been avoiding in previous videos. It is in my book, but I'll go through it, okay? In the next video we'll touch on that. But anyway, here's my photos. So here's the first photo that I could find, and this is me before I started school. So here I'm 4. Now this photo was my first kindy photo, and for the longest time I would look at this photo and I would think, but I was beautiful. At one stage I was beautiful. I love this photo. It's just full of mischief and all the things that I am. So here's me going through school. I'm getting bigger now, so you can see, you know, dark hair, the dark eyes, the goofy face. Here's the following year. So that one was year 2, this is year 3. Then there's a gap, and we'll talk about that gap in the next video. My mum used to cut my hair too, so. Okay, so here I am, year 6, school captain. But there's nothing there that stands out that, you know, you think, so I've got the crooked teeth, it was all happening, and by this stage I was wearing glasses, but I didn't wear them for the photos. And this is me in high school, so, year 7. Year 8. And here in Australia, I would be what was called a wog. And I had no problems calling myself that. I'm different, I'm from immigrants, I'm not fully born Aussie, I'm fine with that. And now, this is me at 13, and at the end of this year, you see all my teeth are, yeah, having problems there? This is what I looked like going into the following year. This is me with braces, I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, okay. And the Farrah Fawcett hair, you know, that 80s hair that was really wild. Anyway, so lots of reasons, and you'll see in all the photos I'm not wearing my glasses. I had them, and I was supposed to wear them all the time because I couldn't see without them, but I'm not wearing them for the photos. So imagine those photos then, with especially this last one, okay? Just picture that and put glasses on it. That's what I looked like going through high school, especially there. That was my year 9 photo, but by that stage, I'd already had my braces for 6 months by that stage, because I got them halfway through my 13th year. So that was me going through high school. I had plenty of reasons to be picked on. I had plenty of reasons to be bullied. And especially because I think at school, I was the only one that had glasses in year 5 and 6 going into high school. In high school, there were a couple more girls that had glasses by that stage. But, you know, over 40 years ago, that wasn't that common. Or say 40 years ago, sorry. It wasn't that common to see children going through school with glasses. Now you see them all the time. It's the most common thing. But when I was growing up, it wasn't. You know, I was the only one going through school with this dark hair and these dark eyes until I think I was about halfway through school. I would have been year 3 when I started to notice more children starting to come in with the darker features, you know. The glasses, I remember year 5 getting the glasses, and I really honestly can't remember anyone else in my classroom having them, or in the other year 5, you know, or younger. I can't honestly remember one other person wearing glasses. There might have been, but it wasn't common. You know, it wasn't a common thing. And then going through high school, I give thanks that I was in an all-girls high school to start with because of what I looked like with those braces and big chunky glasses that I used to wear and the big hairstyle. You know, that was all the rage at the time, this big hairstyle, right? In the 80s. So you got a picture? This is all in the 80s. So, you know, I am a firm believer that you do attract what you're focusing on. And if you're focusing on how different you are in any way, there's something about you that's different. Or to you, when you look at yourself, you think that looks ugly. You're going to attract people to point that out. Because you're focusing on it. You're self-conscious about it. To you, that's important. That's what you're focusing on. That to you looks ugly. Say, for example, okay, when I had my braces, okay, and every time I'd smile, I'd have this big chunk of metal in my mouth. And I'd look at it, and I'd think, oh, that's so ugly, it's so unattractive. I could have attracted others if that's all I focused on, you know, and how ugly that looked. To me, I felt that was ugly. You know, there are people that find braces attractive, but to me, that was ugly. I could have attracted that if my focus was solely on that, solely on how I looked. And add to it, of course, I was a teenager, and by that stage, when the braces came in and the glasses were there, I had acne. I had pimples all over my face, going through until I was about 18, 19. So triple whammy, glasses, braces, and pimples. You know, I looked gorgeous. And funny enough, to top it off, I'm a late bloomer. So I was about 15 and I still looked 12. You know, I had a bra, and I think it was like the AAA or whatever the tiniest size bra was at the time at 15. I still hadn't, it's like puberty still hadn't kicked in for me. So with time, you know, that's been a blessing that I've always looked a lot younger than what I really am. I mean, I still remember I'd be 30. So 30, 28, 30, I was, you know, with my partner, the husband that I have now, and he'd always be shaking his head because, you know, we'd go to the nightclubs or we'd try to get into places, and I was always asked for ID. And I think ID was for someone that's 21, and I'm like, but I'm 30, why are you asking me for ID? What the hell is wrong with you? Can you not see that I'm more than 21 years old? You know, but now, of course, you know, when you're in your 40s and almost 50, you're grateful, you know, that you actually do look a lot younger than your actual age. You know, eventually it'll catch up, but I'm happy with that for now. So I want you to really think about that today. These things that you get picked on at school or you get, you know, bullied for, are they things that you are constantly thinking about? And then the problem is you started firstly constantly thinking about it and thinking, oh, you hope nobody's going to notice it. You don't want anyone to notice it. But of course they do, because that's all you're thinking about. And so then the focus goes from that you didn't like, say the braces that make you really unattractive or the glasses that make you look like a geek, like a nerd. And I was a bookworm to top it off, so I was the original nerd, if you like, in those days. So if you're focusing on that, then what happens is the bullying and the teasing and the taunting starts and the being picked on. And then, of course, your focus is going to shift to that you're going to keep getting bullied for that, for looking different, for that thing, that whatever it is that you feel is so unattractive about you, that causes other people to notice it and to pick on you for that. So really take that on board today. It's because you're focusing on it. And we're going to go through today, there'll be lots of videos to show you that that really isn't that important. Because it's stopping you from connecting. It's pushing others away. These things that we cling on to and decide that they're so important and they make us unattractive. We'll go through it in another video because this one's gone a bit long. But I wanted to share all my photos so you can see the geek in me, you know, or the nerd in me, if you like, as I was growing up. All right, my darlings, I love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of the messages, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.